What's up, guys? Should I put my microphone? I didn't have it today.
I wonder how different it actually sounds.
What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Monday. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good week.
It's always going to be a good week, isn't it? Got to think optimistic.
Yeah. I was actually deciding whether to do this live on being kind to self is keeping fat, or can you manifest your way thin? That's another. Maybe that's next week.
Sounds like a good book, that does.
Yeah, I'm going to trademark that. None of you guys take that. That's my idea. Anna, I see you. Stealing my book idea. Hey, Sam. Hey, Jodie. How it's going? Clearly, it's not going very well for me. I'm not feeling very well. I think I'm coming down with something. Got a bit of a chest. Bad chest. So apologies. I got a chest. So apologies if I'm coughing, if I'm spluttering, if I'm all my words are muddled up. I probably should be in bed, but here I am. And that actually kind of was what we're going to talk about today, isn't it?
Very fitting.
Very fitting. Talk about fitting. Come in here so you can fit in the screen a little bit more. It looks like you're warped.
No, I just look like that.
Warped. Hey, Holly. Hey, Lindsay. Hello. So today we're going to talk about how being kind to yourself is keeping you fat. Who in this group has who that is watching has a goal? Put number 1 in the comments if you've got a goal, and number 2 if you haven't got a goal. I want to see them. It's Audience Participation Day. Hey, Sam. Sam S. 1. Good. Someone's got a goal. There we go. All right, D. So you've got this goal, and you've got the intention. You're like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get stronger. This is my mindset. I'm gonna do it. And then, hey, Stacey, you're committed to it, and you know what you've got to do. You're like, I want to get 100 kilogram deadlift. Let's say that's the goal, right? And I know I need to train. I know I need to eat well. I know I need to recover. I know I need to keep stress low. I know I need to sleep and all that kind of stuff, right? So you know what to do. It's what everyone says to me. I know what to do. I'm just not doing it. Well, clearly. Otherwise, you're going to be in this problem. So, it's true though, isn't it? So you know what you've got to do. You got your goal. You know what you need to do. And then you start. You're like, yes, I'm ticking all these boxes. I'm doing it. You get stronger. And then something happens. Maybe you get sick. Like this. Maybe you get a stressful week at work for whatever reason. Let's move Cam into this little. Maybe your kids are doing riding. Maybe there's been some sort of accident. Maybe you're like, do you know what? The girls want me to go out this weekend, and I need a break. I deserve a break. Or I'm really stressed. I need to be kind to myself. Who has said that? I need to be kind to myself. Number 1 in the comments. If you said that, there's 2 kind of people, isn't there? There's the people who say, yes, I need to be kind to myself, and they understand self-care. And there's the second type of person who is like, I'll rest when I'm dead. I'm going to go for it. Go hard or go home. Isn't there? There are 2 types of people. So are you number 1? You understand when you need self-care? Or are you number 2? You're like, I'll rest when I'm dead. Let me know. I want to know who we've got with us today. I definitely was number 2 before.
I think, yeah, like we go through phases, don't we? But
yeah.
Sometimes people stay in a phase for a bit too long. Are we?
Yeah, I think there's like some sort of filter on this, Cam. Or you're looking very lovely.
No, that's normal.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I take this off. Ooh. There we go. 3 just stops caring. Who's that? I want to know who that is. Apologies. Well, I'm getting better at 1, mostly being a 2, but I'm working on it. I wonder if that's Gina. Okay, so this is the thing, guys. When we think about self-care, obviously, first of all, we need it, right? So we need to take some time off. We need to recover. We need to decrease our stress. But this is the problem. There's a difference between flexibility and balance. And lots of people want to be flexible. They're like, oh, I'll just move this workout. Oh, I won't do that this week. I need to look after myself. And oh, I need to de-stress. I'm not going to go for my walk. Or, oh, well, I deserve this chocolate bar. I deserve this. I deserve that. Self-care equals eating shit and not exercising. That's what people think self-care is, and being kind to yourself, right? Taking some time off. And absolutely, there is a time where you need to take time off. You need to just chill. But usually self-care is actually, or being kind to yourself is actually committing to the goal that you set out to do. Say your goal is to get stronger or lose the weight or wherever it is, but you're like, I'm going out this weekend. I'm not going to train. I'm not going to eat my macros. I'm not going to track. Take some time off tracking because I need to be kind to myself. But actually, in that time that you're being kind to yourself, you act like being kind is eating shit and doing nothing, like hibernating in your bed and like with a blanket around you and snuggling up to yourself while you eat a bag of share bag Maltesers or some twirls or something. For one. It's a share bag, beating myself. And you know full well that tomorrow you're going to feel like shit. You know in a couple of days when your weight is creeping up or your strength is going down because you haven't fueled yourself, because you've just laid around and done nothing, so your body starts to seize up and starts to slow down its metabolism, you know you're going to be pissed off. And that means the scale's going to go up. It means you're going to be even more annoyed. It means that you can be like, fuck, what's the point? If I have to track my macros or be good, or if I have to exercise for the rest of my life, I don't want to do it. And people think that's being kind to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, is it kind staying in the situation that you desperately want to change, but never actually changing? It's like, are you being kind to yourself, or are you staying comfortable within yourself?
I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt.
I'd buy it.
I'd hope so, because you're getting it for your birthday.
Well, next year.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. We act like being kind is doing nothing and going back to our regular routine. We feel like tracking our macros or planning our food is a hassle. Well, when we look at it, first of all, we have to plan what we're going to eat anyway, right? We have to buy the food, doesn't matter what it is. We have to eat. We have to actually do the eating. And we kind of think, oh, well, I'll just do this diet for a little while, or just track my macros for X months time, or just exercise until this. And once I've done, I'm not going to do it anymore. Or when I'm kind to myself, that means going back into the old version of myself, which when we think about it, is the worst possible version of ourselves, because we have desperately pulled ourselves out of being that old person. We've pushed ourselves into the gym where it's really uncomfortable. We physically push heavy weights and make ourselves feel uncomfortable. Every day we sit there, we look at what we're going to eat. We purposely and consciously make the decision to eat things that are going to make us feel better. But yet the first instance, or the first inkling of, oh, this is hard, or oh, I want some self-care, we revert back to that old version of ourselves that we were so desperate to get away from in the past.
Because it's comfortable.
Because it's comfortable.
But that doesn't always mean it's good.
No.
It's comfortable because you've been there for so long.
And is it comfortable? Like, I'm going to say something very controversial. I think it's lazy. I think it is lazy because it takes effort to do things that you're not used to doing. I think it's lazy because you are not comfortable. You weren't comfortable before. And this is why you're not doing it anymore. This is why. Because it's not comfortable getting out of breath when you're running up the stairs. It's not comfortable being sat on the sideline when you see your kids running around. It's not comfortable going for a walk with your partner and everyone thinking, why is he with her? Or why is she with her? Or wherever it's going to be. It's not comfortable being with your friends and hiding your stomach from the camera all the time or wanting to be at the back. It is not comfortable. They are not comfortable. It's not comfortable being bloated all the time. Okay, that is not feeling comfortable. So when you think you're being kind to yourself by doing the stuff you used to do, you're actually going backwards. You're saying, You don't deserve the success. You don't deserve that goal of getting stronger. Do you know what? Too much effort. You're putting that it takes too much effort for you to be happy. This is taking too much effort. This is a ridiculous thing that we're saying to ourselves, guys. It is too much effort to be happy or to do the things that make us happy. I think it's wild. And we trick ourselves, we fool ourselves to go, oh yeah, it's because it's comfortable, or it's because I'm used to it. It's because you're lazy.
I think it's quite hard to pick up on your own self-talk.
Yeah.
I think it's a good example is when we've all been at school and you're like, I'm sick. Oh, I've got a cough. Oh, I've banged my leg.
Yeah.
I'm injured. I can't go. And then your brain is trying to find ways to convince yourself that you can't go to school because you hate school and it's uncomfortable because it's new and you've got to do things you don't like to do. And when we do that with like weight loss, your body's like, self-care. Let's just go out and celebrate this week, or let's just not do the workout because you've not had the easiest day at work. And you just start to like find ways. I can't remember what the word is. What's like the Holly should know this word. Like the psychology of it, of where your self-talk is just like convincing yourself. I can't remember what the word is.
It's your subconscious talk, isn't it? So your subconscious will make adjustments to your life and the actions it wants to take based on the way that you program the subconscious mind. And the way that we program the subconscious mind is self-talk, what we say to ourselves, the actions that we take, the lack of promises that we fulfill ourselves on as well. So I'm going to go to the gym Monday. Monday comes, you're like, tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. And then your body's like, oh, fuck, I don't believe that bitch. Like, she lies to me every week. I'm not listening to her. And so you're going to stop believing in yourself. Why the hell should anyone believe in you if you don't believe in yourself?
That's it. I'm going to find that word.
He's on a mission now, guys. We've set him off. So there are definitely times when you need to be kind to yourself, okay? But you need to remember that being kind to yourself isn't always about not doing things. It is sometimes about pushing through, doing things when you don't want to do it, because you deserve to be kind to yourself by succeeding and getting the goal that you told yourself you would get. Okay, so there's always going to be a balance. And sometimes deep down, if we ask ourselves, we know that I'm fine. I should go and do it. Like, I feel fine. I could go and do it, but I don't want to. And now that, when we change that word from like, I can't to, I don't want to, then you replace, the action, I don't want to go to the gym, to I don't want my goal. So I can't go to the gym. I need to do some self-care versus I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want my goal of weight loss or strength or whatever. That then you hold that autonomy and that's your decision. If you still don't want to go, there we go. But you've had that discussion with yourself. You've had that dialogue with yourself.
I found the word.
Okay. Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias, where people have a tendency to cherry pick information that confirms their existing beliefs or ideas. So they don't want to go to the gym. So they start to find ways in their head of like, no, you've been tired, or you've done a hard workout 2-3 days ago, or you haven't eaten right, or it's extra traffic today, or it's raining and it's dark and you don't want to get home too late.
Yeah.
You just start to find reasons to prove, like, to make these decisions like the right reasons when we know really they're not, and you haven't really got the excuse not to go. But people will do it with like diets, and if they're in a specific field, like if they're just keto people, they'll only really accept studies that prove keto is right. They won't accept studies that prove medium to high carbohydrate diets are fine. So yeah, it's just all in the different subjects of it. And that's why being kind to yourself, you'll find reasons to prove yourself right. But it doesn't always mean you are.
So like, as an example, I've got a couple of examples actually. Today, I was at the gym. I said to Cam, I don't want to do cardio today. I might not do cardio today. I've got a bad chest. I got a bit of a cough and a bad chest. I'm just going to leave the cardio. And he was like, just walk there. And I was like, I should probably do like a little bit of cardio. So, excuse me, I'll go on the Stairmaster for like 10, 15 minutes. He was like, do 30, 40 minutes. I was like, fuck no. no, I got a bad chest. I'll do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, see how I get off. And then got on, it was fine. 20 minutes have come and gone. Cam's like, how long are you staying on for? I don't know, I'll see how I am. So I pushed on. I did do half hour. But if I had pushed myself, or not pushed myself, if I had taken the easy way out and be like, no, Faye, you got a bad chest, just take some time off. When I knew deep down I could probably do it if I pushed myself to do it, then I wouldn't have done it. So sometimes we got to have that battle with ourselves and be like, is it that I don't want to? Do I need to be kind, or do I need to be, do I need to be disciplined? And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, when do you call on discipline and when do you call on kindness? I think is a very hard battle that people struggle with.
The thing is, you're like genuinely ill and you know you are.
Like me.
Not like you think you're coming down with something, but like you know you are because of certain symptoms. Then yeah, it probably is better to like pull back and put the brake on.
Yeah.
But like it takes practice, and me and Faye will do it, and everyone does it. It's just finding the balance in between where we are using our discipline to get stuff done, and then when we do use the brake and pull back a little bit, it's for a genuine reason. And you will make the wrong decision sometimes, but it can't be most of the time, because then most of the time you're making the wrong decision. You're either going to push yourself too far when you're ill, or you're just going to always use this and use a self-care thing and then just stay comfortable. So it's finding that line, and it's practice. It's knowing your body and yourself.
And like today I didn't go like balls to the wall. I didn't go hell for leather. I just took it really slow, kind of did what I wanted to. If I needed to rest, I stopped. So it wasn't like I was going go hard or go home. It was like, I need to move my body. I need to move my body. I know I feel better when I start moving and whatever. So that's why I did it. So I don't want anyone to go, well, Faye said when you're sick, you should still wake up, because Faye did not say that. Faye said, listen to your body and ask yourself if you want to do it, and you should, or if you actually genuinely need the self-care. But I think it's really important that we come back to this being kind to yourself phrase, because I feel like people use that phrase of I'm just being kind to myself as I'm just using whatever excuse I want not to do something I don't want to do.
Yeah, I think like a lot of times, if you need to get results, for an example, to start, a generic thing you always hear is like, how's it go, like 4 weeks to sort of for like your friends to notice a change.
4 months and then 4 years or something.
It's like 4, 8, 12, but it's like 12 weeks for you to notice a change, like 8 weeks for your friends to notice a change. But if you're always doing the self-care and you're never really doing at least 80% of what your goals need to be done, then you'll never get the results you want.
And what is being kind to yourself? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I've had a stressful day, I'm going to have a bottle of wine. Is that being kind to yourself though?
Yeah, like being kind to yourself is, I would say, it's finding that balance, but it's getting yourself moving to where you actually want to be. Because at the end of the day, you're saying you want to do this, and you're saying you want to change. But if you're always relating back to like being kind, and your kind is maybe a bottle of wine, that bottle of wine is probably not going to make you feel better tomorrow. And it's 2 to 3 days that will push you away further from your goal.
And is it being kind to yourself? I use alcohol, but the same thing with food. Like, oh, I've got to be kind to myself, I'm just going to binge on this chocolate. Is that being kind to yourself though? Or do you know that tomorrow you're going to feel like shit? Do you know that you're going to feel really, really guilty? Do you know you can be bloated and, you're tired, you're going to have a sugar rush, you can feel really dizzy and then whatever? Is that being kind to yourself?
I guess there's a difference of being kind to yourself in the moment, because it's a quick fix, like you get that fix of chocolate, or is it being kind to yourself in the long run? And we know every time the answer is going to be, well, I'd rather be kind to myself in the long run, because you're going to hit your goals way quicker and you're going to be way happier and more comfortable. But if you're doing it self-care like in the moment,
which a lot of people do,
because it's like the emotional part of your brain, you'll say yes. I think that's the biggest thing. So if we be like, well, is this self-care for the long term? So like we said, when you're really ill, you're going to have to then give yourself self-care, because in the long term it will get you results quicker because you'll recover quicker. But when it's the opposite and you just want chocolate for no real reason, like if you fit it into your macros and you want it, have it. But if like you're emotional and you're stressed and it will turn into like a big binge eat, in that very moment you probably will feel better, but in the long run it's going to put you like half a week to a week behind again.
Even within 5 minutes, once that is in your mouth, it's going down your throat. You know, you're like,
it comes back to the short-term gratification and
Yeah.
long-term gratification.
yeah,
We're so drilled into looking at short-term gratification, and everything these days, I think, is purely built around that, like the instant rather than the long term.
So can you explain a little bit about that?
So like instant gratification is like, I need it now. I want that like dopamine release. I want to feel good right now. Whereas like long term as well, maybe if you don't have that chocolate bar now, you're going to feel really good in like, if you stop having your 10 pizzas every night for that instant gratification, and then in the long term, you're going to feel a lot better. So you always have the bigger reward over a longer period of time doing something consistently. But if you just do like the quick wins and quick fixes, it's always like, ooh, I've got something, and then you're just like, I'm down again. But if we can slowly build up a long-term win, it's just going to slowly build up and obviously compound like money.
Yeah, I was going to use that example.
You will have something bigger at the end.
So when people want to have money, a lot of the time they'll be like, Bitcoin, there's loads of money in Bitcoin, and they'll invest in this like really erratic
graph, money,
currency, whatever, investment. They'll put it into this really erratic investment. So it's just like putting money into, you know, slot machines at Vegas, or I feel like, maybe, or buying like a ton of lottery tickets, maybe you will win it. But people that are wealthy later on, and you know, more sustainably wealthy and predictably wealthy, are people that invest regularly. So maybe they've got different areas of income. Maybe they invest into stocks, maybe they invest into shares, maybe they invest into property. None of those things are going to make you a millionaire overnight. But you know, if it's 5%, it's 5% of 5% of 5% of 5% of 5% of 5% all the time, that is going to, in the long term, get you closer to being your, you know, your millionaire or whatever kind of money goals you've got, or your house deposit or wherever it is, versus someone that's put everything into the Bitcoin, is spiked, you're like, let's pull it out, it's too late, it's already crashed. So you need to think of your weight loss in that situation, in that way, where you can compound and get really good results. Or you can do the quick fixes, the giving up, the I'm being kind to myself, so you like withdraw the money rather than letting it gain interest over the time. So you're like, I'm gonna self-care, I'll take out £50 here. Oh, self-care, I'm gonna take £100 here. Self-care, I'm gonna take out £50. And then all of a sudden you've got nothing left. That'll be your weight loss. Whereas if you're like, do you know what, I could get those new shoes, but really I don't really need that new pair of shoes, I'll just leave that money in there. Okay, and then you do the same thing later. Sometimes you'll be like, yeah, I want my hair done, I'll take that out. But the majority of the time, you need to be leaving that money in there to compound, so you get the money and the interest at the end. Just like your weight loss, you want to be doing the things that you need to be doing regularly and delaying that satisfaction, delaying that gratification, and being kind to yourself by knowing that in the end, you will get your £1 million, or you'll get your weight loss, or your 100 kg deadlift. So you need to ask yourself, what is more important right now? So what if someone has like a genuine, you know, they've been on a genuinely shit time for whatever reason. We've got a client that has moved states, and she's been a bit of like a, you know, trying to find her community, you know, because there's a new state, new people, all this kind of stuff, new routines, new job. So she's taken like a little bit of self-care. Now, I think that is a fine example of when you would need to do self-care. What would be the first thing now she wants to come back into it? What would be the first thing you'd recommend that she would concentrate on to be kind to herself, but also get to her goal?
I'd say the biggest thing is always nutrition, because it's going to fuel a lot of it. So she wants to go to the gym as well, so it'll fuel the gym. She'll feel good in the gym. She'll feel like recovery. She's generally going to be feeling better. I think that just stems around. If you feel good, you've got good energy, you've got better sleep, your energy levels are consistent, you're not like erratic, you're not always really hungry. You're going to be in a better place just to start most things.
Yeah. And the more that you then start to see, you feel better, and you go to the gym, then you feel proud of yourself. So you do it again, you rinse and repeat. So yeah, I think nutrition is the most important thing. Not only because of the energy, but also because of your mood. It actually increases mood or improves mood. So if you're prone to anxiety or depression, improving your nutrition can take you off antidepressants. It's been shown in studies that this is like the most important thing you can be doing. That and exercise, like, are the two most important things. They work way better than 80, I think it was 80% of all drugs. So just exercise and nutrition. So definitely, like, they are the two most important things. So get back on track by eating good food is the first thing. And knowing that you might not want to do it right now, you might not want to eat the salad right now, but you know it's gonna help you longer term. One of our clients, I think, says, definitely helps me, best I felt in years. Perfect. There we go. That's exactly it. So you don't have to, this is a quote that I said to my clients and stuck with a couple of them. You don't need to like the decision that you're going to have to make, but you should be proud of the decision that you made. Okay. So you might not want to eat the salad. You might not want to eat the tuna over the pizza. You'd rather just eat the pizza. But even though you don't want to eat the tuna, you'll be proud of yourself for sticking to that goal and being kind to yourself by working on that goal as well. I think it's really important.
Awesome.
So nutrition is number one, and then things like getting into like a daily routine.
Yeah, like structure and routine. So you feel like you've either got a purpose or you know where, so you're not like stuck in limbo, and then random decisions get made, random meals are eaten.
Yeah.
You don't really know how to plan the rest of your day or your work or even your nutrition.
Yeah.
But yeah, just routine and structure of life, work, food, exercise, I think gives it a little bit more meaning and direction.
Yeah, and you're not like direction, that's it, because you're not aimlessly like, oh, what should I be doing? What shouldn't I be doing? Should I be eating this? Should I go there? What should I do? And so that slows down your growth, essentially. So nutrition is number one. And then your routine. So going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, going to work. Like those three things are like some of the most important things you can be doing. Getting outside, just getting active. So even if you've had like a rough few weeks or a rough few months, just start getting active. That's one of the most important things you do. Go for a walk or just do some yoga in the house or do 10 minutes of exercise a day. It doesn't matter what it is. You just need to start moving. And I think they're the three most important, three of the most important things you can be doing. So if you're using being kind to yourself as an excuse not to do things you don't want to do, you need to pack it in. Because you are going to stay fat, you're going to stay miserable, and you're going to stay unconfident. You're not going to believe in yourself, and no one else is going to believe in you either. So use self-care when it is needed, but use it sparingly instead of an excuse. And ask yourself, am I being kind to myself, or am I just being fucking lazy?
Yeah, short term, is this going to be kind to myself in the short term, or am I being kind to myself in the long term by making myself go to the gym because I am fit and healthy? Everyone's tired a little bit at a time. You're never going to have a perfect workout, but you do need to turn up consistently.
Yeah, exactly. And just turning up sometimes we get the best workouts when we don't want to go.
Yeah, 100%.
We turn up. All right. So hope that's helped, guys. Let us know if you've got any questions. Pop them in the comments now.
Below.
Well, yes, right now. Put them in there right now. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to tell our clients that Cam's going to do the rest of the check-ins because my voice is going, my chest is hurting. To be honest, I just need to go to bed. It's early for me, isn't it?
Very.
Very, very early. There we go. Alrighty. So, no one's got any questions. That's fine. We're going to leave then. If you need anything, let us know. Otherwise, guys, keep those questions in your mind. Keep your questions front of mind for the rest of the week. Ask yourself, am I being kind or am I being lazy? And we will catch up with you guys on Wednesday.